Good morning. This is a passion flower or Passiflora. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. The sun has just come out. The buds or the flower buds on this are closed for the night time, but they are about to open with that sunlight. So at the end of this video, I will show you these amazing flowers on this passion flower. And I'll explain to you why it's called passion flower, and it's to do with the Christian religion, but I'll give you that explanation at the end when I've got an open flower to look at. Now this is a climbing plant and it grows up things using tendrils. This one is growing all over itself at the moment because it's reached the limit of this trellis. So I'm going to put some wires across this wall here and train that along it. And whilst I'm doing that, I'll explain how to care for a passion flower. It's not difficult, but there are some tricks. Now the passion flower has two different types. It has a hardy type, which this is, and a non-hardy type. So you have to decide whether you've got the hardy one or not. The non-hardy one you would grow indoors in a conservatory. This is the hardy one, so this will survive outside. It is related to the passion fruit. It's the same plant, but the passion fruit is from the edible type called Passiflora edulis. Where have I got this information from? Well, there were two incredibly useful resources which I found, one from the RHS and one from Kew, and I'll link both of those in the description box below this video. But for now, let's just get on with the job of untangling that passion flower and training it along a wire on this wall. You will see at the end of this video one of these beautiful flowers unfurled. They're incredible and spectacular, so do hang around. But in the meantime, I'm going to attach some wire to these little gutter brackets that are already in this wall. We'll untangle it, I'll show you the tendrils, we'll train it, and then by the end of this video, when that heat from that sun has worked its magic, we will have an open flower, and I can actually almost see that opening in front of my eyes. So first of all, let me show you the kit I've put together. I've got my little secateurs set just in case I need to do any pruning. I've got some old plant wire. Now that is a little bit old and kinked, but by the time that passion flower's grown over it, you won't be able to see it. I've got some twine and some scissors because I will need to support it until its tendrils get attached. I've got my gardening gloves. Now I've got some vine eyes here and some rawl plugs. I'll show you how to fit some vine eyes in this video because I also want to put some additional wires across. Drill bits, electric drill, wire clippers and a tray just to keep everything organised. Everything you see here is available as a link below this video. Right, let's get to work. Well, the first thing I've done is untangled some of that wire so that I've got a piece long enough to go from the bracket on my right over to the trellis. It's amazing how quickly the light changes at this time of day when it comes up low over the horizon. We're in the sunlight. The passion flower loves light, but it doesn't like to be exposed to wind, and also it loves to be kept moist. If it's not kept moist, those flower buds, and there are about 40 on there, will drop off. So keep it well watered. And when you're doing a job like this, water it the day before because it will mean that the tendrils and the vines will be more flexible. So I'm just going to go ahead now and attach one end of this wire over here. Now that plant can grow 10 meters. It can climb 10 meters, which is 30 feet, which is a long way. So it's perceivable that eventually I could actually train it along the wall behind me as well. But it can grow up quite quickly, so you've got to keep an eye on it. So I'm just twisting that round there. It doesn't have to be very heavy wire because each of these tendrils is not going to be particularly heavy on its own. So that's attached there, and we'll just run across to the next bracket. And to avoid doing any damage to my exotic tropical jungle plants, and then we shall go around that and twist it, tighten it a little. I'm trying to keep it horizontal. This wire will disappear when that plant starts to grow. and it will grow very quickly. And we need a little bit more, so I shall just snip that with my wire clippers and attach that end to this trellis here. Again, keeping it horizontal. I've not started untangling it yet because I want to have something to support it, to tie it to as soon as I've untangled it. Right, easy as that really. That's the first bit of wire in place, and that will very easily support these vines as it goes across. Now I want another one around about here, so I'll have to put another wire in, and that's where the vine eyes will come in. I think I'll do that next. Now, before I do the vine eyes, let me explain and show you a few things. I've got a battery powered hand drill here. Now this has got a hammer setting which gives it a thudding action, and that's great for drilling into masonry. So that's my drill. Now I do need a masonry drill for this. There's a difference between different drill bits. That one is for wood and it kind of has a chisel on the end, and that one has got a bit which will drive into masonry. So I'm using the masonry one. If you're attaching it to a wooden trellis, you would use a drill bit to put a very small pilot hole in to stop the wood from cracking when you put that into it. But really it just has to be a small pilot hole so that these threads get some traction. But that's for wood. We're doing masonry. So I need rawl plugs. I've been calling these raw plugs all my life until recently, but it's actually got an L in it, so they are called rawl plugs. The helpful thing about these is when you look at this plastic bar that they're attached to, it tells you there what size drill bit you need, and that tells me that I need a 6mm drill bit. Can you see? So I've got a 6mm masonry bit there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole into a brick, pop one of those into it, but I'm going to drill the hole long enough so that it can receive virtually all of the vine eye. So the hole will be deeper than the raw plug. You'll see me doing this in a moment. When the raw plug is in the wall, I'll screw it in like that. It's not difficult and it's not rocket science. I'm going to show you right now. So that's the brick I'm going to drill into. I've got my roll plug and my vine eye. And by the way, the other thing that this tells you is what size screw you can use with this raw plug. So it not only does it tell you what size drill bit, it also tells you what size screw. So that's a helpful piece of thing. Put that to one side. I'm going to drill into the centre of the brick. You don't put them into the mortar bed because it's not stable enough. You drill into the brick. Now these are pretty strong engineering bricks. These are slightly softer bricks, so they'll be easier. This will take some work. You can actually go in with a smaller drill bit first if you want to drill a bit of a pilot hole. I'm just going to go in, and I want it to be about that deep, so quite deep, this hole. I've got permission off my neighbour. This is a party wall. I've got permission off my neighbour to drill into it. I've got it on hammer setting. Let's go. Occasionally I take the bit out just to bring any bits of debris out. That's the hole, and I just need to insert the roll plug. You might be wondering what's going to happen here. The wire's going to go behind that little face. And that goes in there, and give it a little tap. You shouldn't use a hammer for this really, but I'll just abuse the battery of my drill. And now I have to put the vine eye into that. It's really this straightforward. That receives the vine eye. Now, if you're not careful, if you use the wrong size raw plug, the wrong size screw, and the wrong size drill bit, you can crack the face off your brick, so do be careful. That's going in quite nicely, and that will be quite strong enough to hold one of these vines. I'm just going to grab my screwdriver now and use that to give me that leverage. So that's the job done there. I just need to attach the wire to it now, so it really is straightforward. But I will show you anyway. Just put the wire through. That's where the tension's going to be, in that direction. So put the wire through and really just twist it a few times. That twist will give enough support to hold that in place. And that wire, I said behind, I might put it in front, I've not decided yet, but for now we'll put it behind that face and it can go along. Now it's quite possible that you can't see it, but I have now got two wires along here. I've opted to go in front of these faces. I can train it round and those faces can peep out from inside the growth. I've also cut some lengths of string or twine in advance so that I've got them in my pocket when it comes to tying this up. This won't be required really, but it's belt and braces approach because this plant has amazing tendrils. So now it's a question of untangling that plant and training it along. This will be a very effective result because we'll have like a washing line or two washing lines of flower buds, which every morning when the sun comes up will open up. Whilst I'm untangling it, let me give you a little bit of narration as to why that flower is called the passion flower. It's quite complicated, but it's a very complicated flower head, as you're about to see. Now, I'm not a particularly religious person, but this is a useful bit of information and history. The 5 petals and 5 sepals taken together represent the 10 faithful apostles, excluding St. Peter, the denier, and Judas, the betrayer. So those are the petals and the sepals. The flower's radial filaments, or corona, represents the crown of thorns. The 3 stigmas represent 3 nails, and the 5 anthers represent the 5 wounds, 4 by nails and 1 by lance. And the tendrils represent the whips used in the flagellation of Christ. So that, my friends, is why it's called the passion flower. So there we go, job done. I'm pretty impressed with that. It goes all the way along. Now I've just counted 70 little flower buds on there. So we're in for a treat, and this will flower all the way through the summer to autumn. And of course I will update you when I've got 100 blooms on here. I'll put a link at the end of this one for you to look at because it's going to be spectacular. We've just got the 2 at the moment, but they are no less precious, aren't they? Incredible. Passion flower, Passiflora. Don't forget to keep it watered to stop those buds from dropping off. See you soon for some more passion flower adventures. Bye for now.